so weird using a different camera. Like, you guys can see so much more of my space. Hello, welcome to my Monday video, my first one in like a week. I'm so sorry that I didn't upload anything last week. This video is partly so that I can kind of update you guys on what's been, update you guys on what's been going on, so that you have an understanding of sort of, why every now and then I'm not able to upload and that sort of thing. As most of you will know, and many will have guessed by my channel title, Chronically Fabulous, I do have chronic illnesses. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. For anyone who has an understanding of Ehlers-Danlos, you'll know it has a bunch of different types. I'm categorized as having classical EDS with hypermobile features. So it affects my skin and my organs and that sort of stuff, while also affecting my joints quite severely. So yeah, everything else is as bad as someone with the classical type, and my joints are as bad as someone with the hypermobile type. I'm also categorized as being in the moderate to severe end, but I'm in that sort of high-end, moderate, low-end, severe kind of area because a lot of my symptoms are quite debilitating, but then there are others that I cope pretty well with. So EDS is one of those conditions with like a whole range of different symptoms, a whole range of different potential complications, and it's kind of potluck as to which ones you get and the degree to which you get them. So for me, my biggest problems are my neurological symptoms and my joints, really. So yeah, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome affects collagen, and collagen is a protein. It's the most abundant protein in your body, so it's in everything, and it's the glue that holds you together. So basically, I'm held together with really crappy glue. That's like the way I tend to explain it to people. So that means that all of my gluing together stuff is too stretchy and too weak. So yeah, I wake up every morning with dislocated joints. So the first thing I have to do when I wake up is lie there and think, okay, what hurts? And which pain has woken me up this morning? And then I have to set the joints that are out before I can stand up. So yeah, it's not a great way to start the day, and I'm kept awake at night a lot because of pain. So yeah, it's not like dislocations hurt any less for me. If anything, they probably hurt more because my whole body and brain are hypersensitized to pain because I'm overexposed to it. So yeah, my brain kind of registers pain as being like more intense than it probably should be. So I experience more severe pain from the same things that other people would experience less pain from, if that makes sense. My latest big sort of thing is because basically your spine is a series of joints, and my joints are too loose and fragile and they dislocate. So I've had problems with like, vertebrae being out of alignment and that kind of thing. Yeah, not good. But the big one lately, and this is what prevented me from being able to film over the last week, was related to my cervical cranial instability, which is a fancy way of saying Pez dispenser noggin. So yeah, the vertebrae in my neck kind of don't sit properly, they move around too much, so I have like exorcist neck, though I'm not going to demonstrate that because I've been told not to because I could end up paralyzed. Just because you can do something really doesn't mean you should. But yeah, like I went in for an MRI of like my neck and the base of my skull, and they asked me to like turn my head to the side, and it just kind of flopped, so like the side of my face was flat on the MRI bed thingy, and they were like, not that far, don't do that. That's bad. So yeah, I have a long history of kind of freaking out radiologists. But yeah, it also is complicated by the fact that the ligaments and tendons in my neck and the muscles are not strong enough, and everything's too stretchy and too fragile. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So all of that stuff in your neck that's supposed to hold your head up and hold your skull on top of your spine, mine doesn't do that properly, so my skull kind of sinks down onto my spine a little bit, and it puts pressure on my brainstem and sort of on the base of my brain, and that causes some weird neurological symptoms and a lot of pain, like a lot of pain in my neck and my head. a lot of like recurring migraines and that sort of thing, and it's gotten a lot worse over the last maybe 6 months. Yeah, I ended up, with one of these. Yeah, so fashionable. Goes so well with my style. But yeah, I do have to press the point that these kinds of cervical collars are being used less and less these days, because it's been found that when you wear them for prolonged periods, you lose muscle tone and it can actually make things worse. So yeah, be very wary of using these. I mean, you can just pick them up at the pharmacy, but I would not recommend getting hold of one of these unless a doctor or a physio or both tell you that you should. And always make sure that you use it in the way that they tell you to. So for me, I need to use this sparingly. Like, this is for worst case scenario where nothing else is working and I need to take the pressure off, you know, my neck and my brain. Yeah, that's what this is for. So it's not something I'm gonna be using a lot. Definitely not. The last thing I need is, you know, more medical problems or to exacerbate the ones that I already have. But yeah, this helps a lot when I do need it. But yeah, as I said, it's not something I can use all the time. So I am going through a lot of anti-inflammatories and opioid pain medications and that sort of thing. I permanently have a Norspan patch on my back. Norspan is a very, very powerful pain medication. Most opioids like, you know, morphine and oxycodone and things like that, you work in milligrams. With Norspan, that's the brand name for buprenorphine, that's the actual chemical. Yeah, you work in micrograms because it's so, so strong. But for me, that's actually better because it means I'm only actually, yeah, I end up only having tiny, tiny amounts of it in my bloodstream at any one time. And you can administer it via a patch, so it goes straight into my bloodstream, which means it doesn't screw with my insides as much. But yeah, lately, even that kind of pain management with oxycodone for breakthrough pain, because this is meant for my all the time pain, because I'm always in pain, like it never goes away. This brings it down, it doesn't eliminate it. I'm literally always in pain. But this makes it so that I can kind of function, you know, like I can have a little bit of life. But yeah, even that along with my breakthrough pain medications, and I also take an SNRI called Cymbalta, which is good for controlling nerve pain, because opioids aren't as good for nerve pain. They don't work as well for it. So I need something else for that, as you know, again. Even with all of that, it's gotten to the point where my cervical cranial instability pain has become unmanageable. So yeah, it's really interfering with my life. But yeah, that's the big thing that's been going on for me lately, is the medical stuff. And you may have noticed, yeah, I smacked my hand into one of Mike's surround sound speakers and I got a tiny hairline fracture right about there on this finger. And it's so sore. But I don't know, with Ehlers-Danlos, most people with Ehlers-Danlos have low bone density. We don't quite understand why. It's probably, well, it's more than likely to do with the collagen in the bones. So like less collagen in your bones means your bones are brittle. I've been diagnosed with osteopenia, so I've got to keep an eye on that. And you know, there's always the fear of it developing into osteoporosis, which would suck, because I already have like way too many fractures as it is. I mean, I get hairline fractures in my shins from walking, so yeah, my body's pretty fragile, but you know, you get used to it. I mean, like I've never known anything different. You know, I was the kid who was always injuring things, and like the baby who would scream constantly because I was always in pain. Like, we know that now, but I mean, my parents didn't understand it. You know, it's just one of those things that people have an amazing capacity to adapt to. I think a lot of people will watch this and think, oh my God, like, you know, I can't imagine living with that, but I can't imagine not living with it. You know, like, for me, it's just normal. So I guess that's the one thing that I'd really want to press, is that I don't want to be inspiring. I'm not someone's inspiration porn, you know, like, I hate that. You know, like, when people share, you know, pictures of, like, you know, a little girl with calipers on and they say, you know, nothing in your life is as hard as what she's going through, so, you know, be grateful for what you have. It's like saying, well, you know, her life sucks more than yours. That's mean. That's so cruel. Like, you know, who are you to say her life is less worth living? I don't think my life is any less worth living. You know, like, I have so much going for me. You know, like, I have Mike, I have the place where I live, which is awesome. You know, like, I'm right on my university. I have my degree that I'm doing. You know, I want to do my PhD in epigenetics, and, you know, like, I have my mind. You know, my body betrays me and fails me constantly, but I have my mind. You know, like, my life is no less worth living than anyone else's. But yeah, I mean, that's an entirely separate rant. So yeah, this has turned into quite a ramble, but in the meantime, I have still been sort of trying out new makeup products, and, you know, I mean, like, I use makeup to keep my mental state good. You know, it's fun, it's creative, it gives me a positive connection with my body, which is important when your body is something that causes you pain and takes things away from you all the time. You know, it's really important to find ways to connect with your body that are positive. You know, like, I do Pilates and yoga type stuff within my limits, of course, because most of it I can't physically do, but, you know, things like that are helpful. And like I said, makeup, it lets me enjoy my physicality. You know, like, putting on makeup makes me feel good about myself. It's one of the reasons that I started Chronically Fabulous, is because I wanted other people to get to experience that and enjoy it, you know, and feel good about themselves, because that is something that's a lot harder when you have chronic illness and or disabilities. But yeah, so I've been trying out a lot of products in the meantime, you know, new mascara, new blushes, new eyeshadows. I'm working on 2 videos in particular that will be coming up soon. I'm not sure how soon yet, because I've got to, like, put money aside to buy the products. But yeah, one's a one brand review and tutorial, which is going to be so much fun, of a brand called W7, which I've spotted quite a few times over the years at Chemist Warehouse, and I hadn't tried any of their products till recently, but oh my god, so much cool stuff, and they're so affordable. I'm pretty sure everything in the W7 range at Chemist Warehouse is $5 each, so yeah, I'll be reviewing as many of their products as I can get my hands on, really. I also want to do a Korean beauty sort of product review and tutorial as well. I've got most of the products I need for that, and I've been testing them out, so yeah, so much awesome stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, you know, a whole bunch of other ideas on the horizon as well, and one of my friends, Julianne, who's a total legend, yeah, she was asking me for a lot of tips on, like, you know, doing a particular eyeshadow look, and I was like, well, how about I do like an eyeshadow basics tutorial, you know, like eyeshadow 101 kind of video. And yeah, she thought that was a great idea, so I will be doing that one very soon as well. I'm hoping to make that my Thursday video, so bendables crossed. But yeah, I guess I should round this up here, because this is a really long, really rambly video, but yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on everything that's been going on, so that you didn't think I just kind of vanished off the face of the earth. And I value you guys. I want to keep you in the loop, you know. I don't want to just kind of do my videos and then, like, I don't exist the rest of the time. If you'd like to keep up to date with me on, like, more of what goes on between videos, I guess, I do have Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Twitter has, like, taken over my social media life as of late. I finally got a Twitter account, and I can totally see why so many people love it. I'm definitely the most active on Twitter, and then followed by Instagram, because pictures. But yes, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'd love to hear what you guys have been up to in the comment section, because I feel like it's been ages since I've, you know, communicated with you guys. But yeah, keep on being your awesome, gorgeous, chronically fabulous selves, and please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe so that you don't miss all those awesome videos I have coming up soon. And yeah, I shall see you guys on Thursday. See ya.